Hi, everybody. This is Tom with Culture Chap. And this morning, I want to talk to you about something that you can do for free. You don't have to pay anyone to license this piece. And it's Pirates of Penzance. Now, a lot of you I know are going to go, it's been done. It's been done in my area. And I think it's oversaturated. But when you really look at it, when was the last time it was done in your area? And was it done the way you think it should be done? So, what I mean is, it's in the public domain. It is so old, written so long ago, that there's no one to pay. There's no composer, there's no playwrights, there's no one to pay. This is an advantage if you're looking to, spend less. Now, the recommendation I have for you is something that the first time I heard of this concept, I thought, oh, is that going to work? It worked extremely well. So let's start from the basics. So it's a story about pirates and them trying to trick someone and who's adopted, who's not adopted, who's an orphan, who's not an orphan. Wackiness and fun. You can read all about it in the description below for a summary if you've never done it. It's an operetta by Gilbert and Sullivan, so you need good singers, and you need an excellent singer in the lead female role. She's got a lot to do, and frequently when people do this, they hire someone who sings opera. Now, it's a light opera, so it's someone who can sing opera who can twist it to sort of musical comedy. You can't just get any opera singer that doesn't have a sense of humor or a sense of timing, sense of comedic timing, and have her successfully do this role. Just because she can sing well doesn't mean she can act in a musical comedy operetta. Okay? There is a difference. I really like opera singers, and I know a few of them will watch this video because they are friends of mine. And I'm going to say that you're not funny. And this is a funny piece. So you need to treat it better. So you're spending less on licensing. There's no licensing fee, but it has a large cast. So that is a cost. But this large cast basically has only one or two costumes per the show. So it's less large than you think. And since it's been done so many times, there are costumes to rent. And as we looked at in other videos, there are places to rent these costumes which might be cheaper in your area than you think. You just need to investigate it rather than just saying, no, too expensive. And pirates sell. It's just a fact. If you've seen past videos of mine, especially Peter and the Starcatcher video, Pirates and Mermaids sell like crazy for that show. Pirates sell. Okay? The recommendation I have for this piece is to alter it. Since it's in the public domain, you don't have to follow it exactly as written. Should you change all of it? No. But when we did it at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, there were not updates, but slight alterations. So when the father comes in, he came down a stairwell, which is just the nature of our set. Three-story set. That's the unit set, and you build on top of it. Okay, I'm showing you a picture here. So he came from the inner above, the second story, and when he came down the steps, we added in him coming down the steps to one singular sensation. And instead of a cane and a top hat, he had his umbrella. And he went down the steps. Dun, da, 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 da. Hilarious. Do you see where we're going with this? So a lot of these things where there didn't need to be an alteration, we put in stuff that was modern, that was silly. Later on, when the two lovers are being separated, I forget what the line is, but there's a line that basically says, when I see you again, I may be old and not as attractive and so forth. And we just added in a quick line of the Beatles, will you love me, sung, will you love me when I'm 64? It was cute. And And there was a lot of this add-in. Now, I know you're thinking this adds extra time, but since it's in the public domain, you can cross things out, okay? You can replace them with these other references. It worked really well. And because they were Shakespeare actors who were used to doing drama and comedy, the treatment of this piece was hilarious. It was the hit of the season. I know in other videos I've talked about how we got there, which was, and I recommend this too, which was we were doing The Music Man and we had such a long run. I think it was 125 performances over a 10-month period. And it did sell, but we were a little sick of it. It didn't resonate with us. It was just a crowd pleaser. Remember, this, where I'm talking about, is a destination theater where you have to offer them many things because there are rotating shows in 3 theaters, 11 plays or productions, and different offerings. So in the afternoon, you can see a tearjerker. In the evening, you can see a silly musical like Music Man. The next day, you can see a drama by August Wilson. You see where I'm going. But Music Man was too much for us, and it had been done quite a bit up and down the California, Oregon coast. We were sick of it. But after the second month, we're like, why are we complaining? They're about to choose a new season, and why don't we stop complaining and think about what would sell, what we would like to do, what we wouldn't get tired of, and what could have extra kick. And we came up with Pirates of Penzance quite quickly. And we suggested it, and it was accepted for the next season. With the concept of slight alterations, which the director said, only a few? Let's have a big handful. And it really, really worked. And I'm saying you can do this too. Now, only if you have someone part of your theater that is clever, that can have little alterations, so you're not adding a lot of time. You know, when I said they sing this, will you still love me, will you still need me when I'm 64? That was it. The music changed, and there was just this little Beatles reference. The man coming down the stairwell with one singular sensation, it didn't take long, maybe 15 seconds, and these were enough to get the laugh. Ha ha, we all had a wink, we all had a nudge. Isn't that funny? They've shaken this up a bit, and then we move on to the next joke, the next scene. And you didn't add that much time into it, okay? And the time that you added into it were hilarious things that you workshopped, that you thought, this reference will land? Because not every tongue twister. Not every reference will land in every country, in every city, if they don't know it. So we chose things that would land where we were performing this. That's important. Maybe in your country there are things that just aren't in your cultural zeitgeist that will work for you. Chorus line references, one singular sensation, huge hit in the United States. Everyone knows it. If you're a fan of musical theater, you know it. We knew the kind of crowd we were appealing to. But if you're a company that's trying to add in a few comedies to fix your season to get more people in seats, and they're just not used to that much comedy from you, maybe they're used to different kinds of comedy, I don't know. You have to really look at your clientele and think, will they appreciate this? Will they understand this? Will they get these references? Are some of these references too old? Or are they things that everyone knows about? Are these references local? Or do they work in our area? Some things don't work in every area. Some things aren't global. Okay? Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, may be just a big thing in English-speaking countries. We love her. Maybe the things that are British don't really land here, okay? Certain references, certain twists of humor Whenever I whenever I talk to my cousins that are in the UK and I have a friend Randy, they all start giggling because they would never name someone Randy because that is a different meaning to them. If I have a friend named Fanny, they just can't believe it because Fanny means something different in their country. That is a giggly word. Whereas in America, it's like, there are guys named Randy, there are girls named Randy. It's really not that funny. So it wouldn't land if that's your whole joke, okay? You need to figure out what works for your area and do it well. But I think Pirates of Penzance, people love the music. They love the fun. If you make it extra fun, if you advertise it as that, if you really lean into your advertising, this is a Pirates of Penzance like you've never seen before. I know like you've never seen before is sort of a tired cliche phrase, but if it works to your area and it sort of gets people out of the norm, like Pirates of Penzance, like you've never seen before, how often is that said? That's interesting. It might work for you. And please stick to social media and other little short videos to advertise this is different. This is fun. This is really hilarious. It's more than just the one you're used to because people can do this show and just sort of have a smirk smile on their face like, this is cute. I'm enjoying it. Oh, it's nice. When you want a version of Pirates that's really, really funny. And if you've directed comedy, you produce comedy, you've done other musical theater that you've made really funny, and you have the actors and the good singers to do this, the pirates part, the sisters, I can't remember how many are, there's gonna be a picture here. The sisters, the father, the way the songs are, the patter songs, which means rapid speaking, patter, 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 I'm telling a story, patter, 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 are very good. The Keystone Cops with their sort of bumbling and then fighting the pirates, if you add in some sort of like fight music, whatever that may be, some Hawaii Five-0 chase music, that really works. Again, for me being a San Franciscan, Hawaii Five-0 from the 70s, that music is still very familiar to us, so that would work for a chase scene. Perhaps if you're in Romania, in Greece, in China or Japan, that might not be a funny sound to put in. Just see if it works for you. Choose something familiar that they will get the joke. Can't say that enough. Okay, Pirates of Penzance, I'm going to put a link in the description to the script, to a couple different reviews, and you can see if it fits for you. But I think it's a good piece. And you don't have to pay anyone. It's all about what you can create out of it, okay? Use it as a base, maybe alter 5% of it, 10% of it. If you go much farther than 10% changes, you might be in a bad area. If you don't do these jokes quickly, these little modern references, you may sink the ship. You may sink the pirate ship. So be careful, be clever, get your best people, all right? It could be a lovely surprise for your area. It's a good piece. It's a really good piece. I love it. All right. Thank you. Please subscribe, and we'll talk again. Bye.